Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle-earth, and last time Miss Medrielle had just made it to Talmethedris. Now we need to talk to some people, grab some quests, and see about helping the residents here. All right. Hello, Mayor.
Are there any fighting techniques in the north worth knowing? I think not.
Many clans have joined with Saruman Medrielle, and the Hebagluth may need to face them before it's all over. We need every advantage we can get, and my father, the Brennan, thinks that you and your ranger friends are just such an advantage. Mayor assesses you shrewdly. I am not so certain. Are there any fighting skills in the north worth knowing? Find some of our most useful fighters and challenge them to combat. That will tell me if my father is right to think so highly of your skills. I speak of Yvonne, Alwyn, or Wondod. If you cannot defeat any of these youths in combat, you have nothing to teach us. Alright, so she wants me to spar with some of the younger fighters in her clan. Now let's see, what else can we find? Because there are a total of 10 quests. I know that because Book 4, Chapter 7 says complete preparations in Tur Morva. 0 of 10. At least they let you know. Oh. Quest down here? There is. Oh, I bet you that's one of the youth. Hold on. That helps. Alright. And you are...
I am not afraid of you.
Olin. Mayor expects us to fight? I am not afraid of you, and I will show you the strength of the Hebagluth, though I be but a fledgling in the art of combat. I am ready, I am not afraid. I give up, I surrender. Alright, so we go back and talk to Mayor.
How will you handle one of our more experienced fighters, I wonder?
Your defeat of the youth proves little, Medrielle, but it does prove this. You have some small skill in combat, more than one of our unskilled youth, at least. Mayor studies you appraisingly. How will you handle one of our more experienced fighters, I wonder? Seek out and challenge Soares, Aviana, or Owen here in Tur Morva. They will be more of a challenge, I trust. So she's pitting us against different fighters in her clan to see if we actually have anything worth teaching them. Now let's wander around a bit, because hers is not the only quest. I will fight the other clans. They are no longer our kin. Alright. See a ring here somewhere. Maybe it's down below because this is a layered city. Okay, who are you? You're Kungan. How can I help you?
What do you know of the hunt?
What do you know of the hunt, Medrielle? I have been the greatest hunter of the Hebagluth for many summers, but it was not always so. When I was a boy, I wandered far and wide in search of the greatest prey I could master, but I searched in vain. Finally, I came to a clearing in the trees, and amid the brilliance of a noontime sun, I beheld a mighty figure. He was many times the height of a normal man, and it seemed he wore a great antlered helm. I was beneath his notice. He turned to gaze between the trees, and even as I contemplated the great huntsman, he was gone. I never found that clearing again, though I sought it. I fashioned this charm in his shape out of wood, and every time I go on the hunt, I carry it with me. I give it to you now. Defeat creatures of Talmethedris, and each one will add to the legacy of this charm. Its legend will make me stronger when I bear it south against our enemies. It says defeat creatures in Talmethedris while bearing the charm of the huntsman. So he caught sight of the huntsman. Interesting. Hello? Oh, you're Soars. Okay.
You think you can defeat me?
Do you think you can defeat me? I have seen service in war, Duvodiad. I am not a fresh-faced youngling untested by combat. Prepare yourself. Enough. You are the victor. Enough. Alright. Seasoned warrior defeated. I love how they built their village in what appears to be old Gondorian ruins. Of course, there's a whole nother section. Like I said, this place is layered. I love how their little old ladies are literally little. They're all short. Okay. Mayor?
Perhaps you do have things to teach us in the ways of combat.
Well, now, perhaps you do have things to teach us in the way of combat. I'm listening.
There may be value in the martial training you can provide for us after all.
There may be value in the martial training that you can provide us, Medrielle. I want you to challenge some of our most experienced fighters, masters in the martial art, so that they may learn from you the skills of the North. Look for Mostrin, Gaynor, and Kenned in Tur Morva and fight with each of them. They will learn your skills. Mayor looks thoughtfully for a moment. Actually, fight only Mostrin and Gaynor. Kenned has not been seen for some days. I think he may be out on a hunt. Alright, so, got that. One Dodd. He one of the ones... No. So somebody around here named One Dodd wants to talk to me. Let's try to find him. Alright, not up here. Yep, there's the Gondorian ruins. And they've certainly built upon it. Honestly, it's not that bad looking. Well, I have to wonder what that's supposed to be. Oh, okay. I think it's supposed to be a statue of a falcon. A falcon bust? Alright, that just led me right back here. Alright, we're gonna get on a horse. Trying to figure out, I think that's 100% made by the Dunlenders. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the old roads end it and their structures begin. They got all these nice tall towers. Probably pretty defensible. Oh, we found somebody else. Hello.
It is my task to prepare food for the warriors.
It is my task to prepare food for the warriors when they must travel south to fight the hostile clan. Apples, hazelnuts, elderberries, and smoked meat. Some of your friends are picking apples at the orchards of Tur Morva. Go there and bring back a basket of apples, and I will wrap them up. The orchard is to the northwest. Let's see, who are you? You're Moston. Okay, you're one of the ones I have to spar with.
We have not seen in Dunlender.
Let's see what you can teach me about combat, Medrielle. I doubt there's anything in the north that we have not seen in Dunlender. It is time. Thank you for the training. It was very instructive. And you need...
I will not lead you false. For my part, there are 3 too many elves in Tur Morva.
Not many elves pass through Dunlender, Medrielle. I will not lead you false. For my part, there are 3 too many elves in Tur Morva right now. Evan studied you closely, seeking a reaction of some kind. I know what you think of my folk. You call us short-lived, cursed to a hard life in hard lands while you enjoy many lifetimes of pleasure. But what do you know of us? What do you know of the history of my people? Ask those other elves that came with you what they know of Dunlender. I want to hear what they say. He doesn't think too much of the elves. Now, we've gotten one of these complete. We have 4 more open. And I know that there's another path down, which we want to go. This way. And we got a couple more people here we could talk to.
Someone has been sneaking around the far shore of the lake at night.
I do not like it, Medrielle. Someone has been sneaking around the foreshore of the lake under cover of night. It is not one of my people, and I do not think it is one of yours either. I am not as spry as I was when I was young. I cannot track this unwelcome guest, but perhaps you can. Go to the foreshores of the lake and look for footprints of this intruder. That may tell me something I can use. Kill the Avant while you're there and bring me their jaws. I have an idea. And you're Gainar. You're the other one I need to spar with.
Prepare yourself.
What is there that you can show me that I have not already seen? Well, let us find out. Prepare yourself. Show me what you can do. Nothing you can easily learn? A good battle. I have learned much. Thank you. I'm like, nothing you can easily learn? Alright, so we'll be able to talk to Mare again, not just yet.
Tanning is a complex and lengthy process, but so is the business of war.
I've heard about you, Medrielle. You're here to help me prepare leather to be used in the making of armor for the Falcon Clan? Russ grins at your nod of assent. Tanning is a complex and lengthy process, but so is the business of war. I began to prepare much of this leather some days ago, but we will need more. On the far side of the lake you will find oxen. I need tough skin from one of them. Make sure it is suitable before you return it to me. And it keeps going. Alright. Wait, let's talk to you first. You're sitting over here all alone. Hello.
The clans that have agreed to follow Saruman deserve no mercy.
The clans that have agreed to follow Saruman deserve no mercy, Medrielle. Let them fear the Talons of the Falcon. My people will show them that Dunland needs no wizard sovereign. This land is for Dunlendings, not the thralls of Saruman. Toads frequent the foreshore of the lake, and they eye it in the middle of the water. Scrape some of the residue from their skin and bring it to me. Handle it carefully. I may be able to put it to use. Alright. Hello, Golodir.
This is a curious land. Very different than I expected.
This is a curious land, Medrielle. Very different than I expected. I expected Dunlendings to charge heedlessly to war, but these folk of the Falcon Clan are taking great pains to prepare for battle. It worries me that the other clans, the ones sworn to Saruman's service, are likely cut from the same cloth. We must not underestimate his allies if they are as tough as the men that we have seen in Tur Morva. You are ready to bring a basket of apples back to the woman Idel. Take one of these. They are ready. Alright, so we can't get on our horse for this part, but fortunately, the timer is very long. And I don't think I can talk to Mayor while I'm carrying this, but I guess I could try. Actually, I think they've changed this. I think the timer is not only very long, but pretty much endless now.
Thank you for sparring with Mostun and Gainor. Let Saruman tremble.
Thank you for sparring with Mostun and Gainor, Medrielle. I have heard that they are both a-chatter with excitement about your northern fighting skills. They will refine those arts and perhaps become even more deadly than before. You have already become a great help to the Falcon Clan. Let Saruman tremble. Alright, and since she doesn't even use a sword, it doesn't matter which one she gets. But, if you are interested, one of them has Might, Vitality, Critical Rating, and Physical Mastery. One has Parry Chance, Agility, Fate, Critical Rating, and Physical Mastery. And the other one has Parry Chance, Will, Fate, Critical Rating, and Finesse. So, the third one is good for a Minstrel or a Lore Master. The second one would be good for any class that uses Agility. So, first thing that came to mind was the Mariner. Burglar would probably use 1, 2. And the first one would be Champion or Guardian or maybe Captain. Alright, and actually it did let me talk to her while I was carrying that, so yay! Now, old lady is down here somewhere. I said the old lady like there isn't more than one of them here. I think there's about a half a dozen of them. Alright, here you go, ma'am. Idel accepts the basket of apples with a smile.
Thank you for bringing me those apples. I will prepare them for travel.
Thank you for bringing me that basket of apples. I will prepare them for travel. While I do that, will you bring this empty basket back to your ranger friend in the orchard? When you see him, ask if he has collected the fallen applewood branches I asked him to gather. I will need them to smoke some of the meat the warriors will bring south. Yes, we are basically being her pack horse right now. See, you know, if it was this guy, I'd be like, dude, you're strong and capable. Go do it yourself. Little old lady, I'd be like, all right, sure, I'll help you out. At least your request makes sense. But yeah, have you ever noticed in an MMO, you'll have some NPC that asks you to step outside their house to pick wildflowers in the field. Here they are. They got a sword. They're strong. They're capable. And yet, suddenly, they need you to be their personal gardener? Alright. Here, Belladere.
You are back already? Oh, I see.
You have returned already? Oh, I see. Yes, I did gather some applewood branches for Idelle. You can bring some of them to her now if you like. Okay, grab the applewood. And actually, that sounds delightful. That would make a good wood for smoking meat. Applewood, cherrywood's another good one. Pecan wood. Those are all very good woods to put in a smoker with maybe a beef brisket or a couple of steaks or possibly even some chicken legs. And yeah, I know there's such a thing as liquid smoke, but it's just not the same. It does not have the same flavor or intensity as actually smoking meat. That's a... wonder if she's going to throw that in the fire, pine needles and all. Oh, leaves. I guess they aren't pine needles. Idelle smiles as you arrive with the armful of wood.
Thank you for bringing me these branches. Their smoke will do nicely.
Thank you for bringing me those branches. The smoke from these should do very nicely. If you can throw them on the fire, you can throw them on the fire if you like. Okay? Done?
I have many more preparations to make, but it is a start. I thank you for it.
Well done. I have many more preparations to make before we will have enough food for the warriors of the Falcon Clan, but it is a start, and I thank you for it. And we are getting some bilberry pies, so she's feeding us. But, of course, as usual, the new food is absolute garbage. They really need to fix that. Really, really need to fix that. The new food stats are absolute trash. That's 3 of 10, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 open. So that's 8 of 10. And we got this guy here who actually shuttle us across, but we don't need that right now. I want to go ahead and go along the shore here so we can grab a couple of things like, see, we need an ox skin. And oh, really, seriously, right now, travel to Calfa Tunley, the festival announcer in Bywater, to learn more about the annual Farmers' Fair. The hobbits of the Shire is celebrating summer's bounty with food, drink, fishing, and hunting for eggs and mushrooms in nearby farmyard. The Farmers' Fair. Ready yourself for travel to experience this year's Farmers' Fair. So, the festival just began. That's funny. Okay, so we got our ox skin. We don't need to kill another ox. One is more than enough. And there's the guy again. But we need to find footprints. Along the way, we need to kill some Avant and some toads. Well, there's an Avant right there. Well, it sounds like I'm going to have to take Miss Barbarous to the festival. Probably should take Miss Vistula, too. She's been sorely neglected lately. I see a toad over there, but it's in the middle of a bunch of Avant, so I will probably have to fight an Avant or two. Get you out of the way. And somewhere around here is the footprints we're looking for. Alright, let's find these footprints. And let's look around. Ah, footprint. You find a set of shallow footprints in the mud. The footprints appear to have been made by someone not wearing shoes. Find another set of footprints, okay? You find a set of deep footprints at the base of the rock. That looks like it. Return the charm. Bring Avant Jaws. Bring Tuft's ox skin. Bring Toad residue. Yeah, I don't see anything else about that now. Alright, I guess that's it. Let's go ahead and get on a horse because we've done everything we need to do in this spot for now. You know, when I first played this area, this spot just seems so much bigger than it is. Probably because I didn't know it very well. And, well, when you don't know something very well, it of course seems more daunting than you expect. Now I will take you right across. Thank you. Oh, okay. Which one are you? You're Elra here.
This Dunlending thinks we do not respect his people or their history. What history?
The Dunlending thinks we do not respect his people or their history? What history? The most noteworthy event I ever heard tell was the Dunland invasion of Rohan, which did not last long and eventually ended in defeat. You may not want to convey my opinion to this Evan Medrielle. I am grateful that his clan resists the promises of Saruman, but I am under no bond to admire their histories. Harsh. But, yeah, I mean, they are elves. To be perfectly honest, they probably don't think too much of men either most of the time. Hello?
This oxide will serve.
This oxhide will serve, Medrielle. Russ points to the buckets of sudsy water lying nearby. I have cut strips of leather from some of the oxhides your ranger friends brought me this morning. The strips are soaking in these buckets now. Dunk them thoroughly and comb out any of the grime that still remains in the hide. It may take a while, but that is the way of things that are worthwhile. Alright. So basically, dude's having me do all his work for him. Alright, I have cleaned... So I need to clean 3 strips of leather, which is easy enough.
The leather strips have been cleaned? Good.
The leather strips have been cleaned. Good. I have stretched some of the hides between poles here to make them more pliable. Use this club to beat the rough patches of the hide smooth. The fewer uneven patches there are, the more well-fitting and any armor made from it will be. I wonder if these actually steps. It seems like it might be. Alright, we have beat some leather.
Taff should be just about ready for these ox skins. Bring them to him.
I have several batches of leather in various stages of readiness, Medrielle, and you've helped with many of them. Here are some ox skins that have been treated. Bring them to Taff in the leatherworking pavilion on the edge of the lake north of here. He should be just about ready for them. Alright, and that would be this hut here. Or, I guess it's a gazebo. Hello.
You have helped Roos with the tanning? Now you'll help me, yes?
You're the high elf who has been helping Roos? I see. You have helped him with the various stages of preparing leather for use by the Falcon Clan? It is only right that you now help me, is it not? Alright, so we have cloaks. We have one with might, vitality, physical mastery, critical rating. One with agility, vitality, physical mastery, and physical mitigation. And we have one with will, vitality, tactical mastery, and finesse. And hold on. I mean, I might use that one later. It definitely has slightly better armor rating than the Cloak of the Dream Flower. Definitely has better will. Might be actually worthwhile for her.
I need more dye if this armor is to bear the mark of the Falcon.
I've been working as quickly as I can to fashion armor from the leather that Roos prepares, but it is time-consuming work. It is important that the armor be strong, but it also must bear the mark of the Falcon. Our enemies quail when they know who it is they fight, and Saruman will be no different. My stock of the dye used to mark the finished armor with the mark of the Falcon is low. Can you pick the red plants along the lakeside here in Talmethedris? Bring me several handfuls of their leaves, and we can grind more of the dye. Oh, and your toad residue, sir.
Toad residue? Ah, there it is. Let's see how potent it is.
Toad residue? Ah, there it is. Thank you. Let us see how potent it is. Before you can stop him, Iwan sticks out his tongue and licks the residue. Suddenly his eyes cross, and he turns a pale shade of green. It's just what we need. A coating of this on our weapons will do great harm to the disloyal clans. Find our healer, Melona. Ask her to make something that will cure me. She is in the village. Did the guy just leg poison? Alright, let's get back to the village. thought there was somebody else around here I needed to talk to. Oh, here's somebody. Ah, there's Melona.
Ewan is a fool and always has been. Never taste the poison you make.
Ewan is a fool and always has been. Never taste the poison you're making. Melona sighs. There's a root that grows at the base of the trees along the shores of the lakes here in Talmathedris. I have some of it in my stock. When grinding it into a powder, it can cure most digestive ailments. Melona digs around in one of the pouches tied about her waist and produces some of the powder. Give this to Ewan. He should start to feel better. All right, let's go relieve the fool. I love that. Never taste the poisons you're making. Alright, excuse me? Here you go.
Oh, I feel terrible. Isn't that wonderful?
I feel terrible. Is that not wonderful? Iwan accepts the powder Melona gave you, and in a few moments his color begins to return. Thank you, Medrielle. I think that tells us everything we need to know. Coating the weapons of the Falcon Clan with this toad residue will cause our enemies some real distress. I would normally not resort to poison, but the clans that side with Saruman are Dunlendings no longer. They do not deserve mercy, and I feel no regret wielding poisoned weapons against them. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab these morale potions. And we are halfway done already. So, let's go ahead. And we got at least 2 more we can turn in real quick. There's that one here.
That was fast. Did you find any sign of the intruder?
That was fast. Did you really find any sign of the intruder I saw? Windfor listens as you describe the footprints you found on the far shore of the lake. He nods. Those sound like a woman's feet, Medrielle. Some woman is creeping around in the dark, and she does not want to be found. If she is not one of ours, and she is not one of yours, then she is an enemy. Hand me those avant jaws.
I'll take this string and stretch it here and here.
I will take this string and stretch it here and here. Windfor works for a few moments, then is satisfied. Aye, this will do. See, I have made of this avant jaw a trap. It will snap shut on the leg of its unsuspecting prey, and this intruder will find it much more difficult to evade capture. Let me make a few more, and all right, I will give you these 3 traps. Set them in the vicinity of those footprints you found, and we will see if this unwelcome intruder strays into our trap. Use up the bundle of traps and return to me. So he has made some very nasty sounding traps. Now, I think Eladin is in here somewhere. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah. Somewhere. Ah, here we go.
I will be honest. I do not know a great deal about Dunlender or its people.
I will be honest, Medrielle. I do not know a great deal about Dunlend or its people. I know they claim right to the lands in the kingdom of Rohan, and hold the Rohirrim as bitter enemies. They are organized into clans led by charismatic leaders. The Hebog-Luth, the Falcon Clan, does not trust Saruman, but it seems other clans in Dunlend have allied themselves with the wizard. Perhaps you should ask this Ivan what he knows about the history of our people. I do not think he would do much better than I have done with his. Eladin's definitely a lot more eloquent than Elrohir. Elrohir was pretty brusque with his appraisal. Eladin, at least, had a thoughtful reply.
Well, Did those other elves know even the smallest thing about my people's history?
Well, did those other elves know even the smallest thing about the history of my land and its people? Yvonne listens to your tactful distillation of the elf brothers' answers. They know broad strokes. That is better than I expected. But they know nothing of the flavor. Spurned marriages, rebel armies, and finally a Dunlending power strong enough to avenge the injustices visited upon us by the King of Rohan. Do they know that the mighty Wolf, son of the valiant Freka, and greatest of all the Dunlending warriors, claimed the Golden Hall and sat upon its throne? So much for the Rohirrim. Only through deception, and with a small force, could they remove Wolf as lord of all the land. The history of Dunland is a full one, and you elves know little of it. But I am pleased to have taught you this much at least, that there is more to know. Perhaps there can be an understanding between your people and mine after all. Go tell Penrod to the north that my previous misgivings have been lessened. And he's pretty well spoken for a Dunlender too. He must be the scholar in their group. Oh, hello, Penrod.
We do not see many elves in Dunland, and some are rightly suspicious of such rarities.
You spoke with Yvonne. Do not take his words much to heart. We do not see many elves in Dunland, and some are rightly suspicious of such rarities. And we are going to acquire the item, the Learned Firstborn, which, on use, provides plus 20 fate, plus 100 maximum power, plus 1.5 non-combat morale regen, which used to be a lot better, so they've messed that up too. After conversing with the Dunlendings of the Falcon Clan, you are compelled to pen what you learned. The lessons are not lost on you, and the memories evoked move you greatly. Now, this is an item you actually want to keep, so I'm going to go ahead and run up in here and lock that so I can't accidentally sell it. This is something you can use once every 12 hours. It lasts for an hour, and it's good for, you're going to be getting into some tight situations. Your ranger friends have already been very helpful, Medrielle. If the clans loyal to Saruman try to strike us before we are ready to leave, we may yet have a chance. Speak with your friends and see how they progress with their tasks. Alright, so this went a little long, and we've only completed 6 of our 10 tasks. So this is where we will leave off, and we will continue helping the people of Tur Morva next time. But until then, bye for now.